Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
What's the biggest sign someone is secretly unhappy, in your opinion? When someone's entire personality becomes escapism and distraction. As someone who disappeared completely into sci-fi, fantasy books, comics, and movies as a child to get away from my parents' violent, drawn-out divorce, I can definitely identify with this. I still consume media wholeheartedly to a degree others don't really get. I don't just watch it passively, I really engage with it. But maybe I'm just still a little sad. During childhood I threw myself into video games to avoid dealing with my parents' nasty divorce and custody battle. I'm sorry your parents let you down as well, stranger. I think it's a lack of enthusiasm in things they used to love. Kinda heartbreaking to see. My friend stopped playing guitar and now only plays air drums to sad songs. LMAO feels like a funeral every time. Deleted. They just stop communicating. When someone goes quiet, it's often less about distance and more about being overwhelmed inside their own head. A little consistent check-in can mean more than people realize. And yet, for me, that kind of thing stresses me the hell out. Reason being is that I know there are people that care for me and want to see me succeed, which means disappointing them again and again when I tell them that nothing has changed in my life. The alternative is to just lie straight to their face and say everything is peachy keen, which doesn't feel good either. So instead I distance myself, because it's easier than explaining that I'm not doing well and haven't been for a long time. When someone stops talking about their future entirely, not in a dramatic way, just little things. They stop making plans, stop getting excited about upcoming stuff, stop mentioning goals or things they want to do one day. It's like they quietly switch from living to just getting through the week. Didn't need that particular mirror held up to me. But yeah, it's hard to care about the future when it's never worked out before. Being quick to lash out on others. This is me now, but if I'm aware of that maybe I can start to change it. I've just recently left that phase myself. The only way people can change is if they're first able to recognize that there's an issue at hand, because it can't be addressed otherwise. It sounds like you're on that first step. It's only up from here. Sleeping all the time, not having a particularly busy life but constantly giving the excuse of being too tired to even do things that they should be excited for. I've been in a massive depression for months but getting my shit done despite it. No one in my family even notices, so IDK. I'm all of these comments and no one notices or even is aware I have pretty dark thoughts daily. That's the truth of the spotlight effect. Most people aren't really paying that much attention to you, they've got their own problems to concentrate on. Anyway, hope you get to a philosophically stable place. I'm so sorry to hear that, I genuinely hope it gets better. Projecting insecurities on others. 100%, they usually do it by hyperfixating on the tiniest, most insignificant things you do just to make themselves feel big. Lol, it's honestly the exact kind of daily exhaustion that inspired the Bureau of Minor Sufferings, I guess. Sometimes you just need to officially document that your coworker's passive-aggressive nitpicking is, in fact, a tragedy. Overcompensating by trying to show they're happy, but not actively engaging with the things that actually bring them joy. My aunt is like this. She spends more time editing, posting, happy family, mom life, content online than she actually spends with her kids. My cousins do not want to be on her FB and IG, so they scowl or cover their faces, which means she spends a lot of time editing and inventing backstories. The irony is that my grandma was exactly the same, before the internet and digital cameras, and both my aunt and mom hated it growing up. Grandma ruined holidays and vacations by spending so much time staging perfect family photos at landmarks for her scrapbook, then getting the film developed and writing up embellished story blurbs while still on holiday. The family joke was that grandma's favorite part of a vacation was getting home to show off her scrapbook at church and PTA MTGS. Constantly focusing on a new problem that they think will make their life better. I'm in this photo and I don't like it. Be aware of people who always try to make things about others. How are you doing? What's going on with your life? Not all the time, but sometimes it's a diversionary tactic to preclude themselves from the focus. Very interesting. The opposite extreme, showing no interest in others, I think is also a sign. But I never thought about it in this direction. You rarely see them sober. Well, this one hit too close to home. I really need to pour this shit away. Do it now and don't look back. Learn the symptoms of alcohol withdrawal and get medical help if you need it. I see a lot of alcoholics in my line of work and that shit does a number on your body and brain. Damn, I am all of these comments. Same skeptical smiley face, hugs friend. Right. They're exhaustingly busy, not productive, busy. Every minute is scheduled, every weekend is packed, every conversation is about what's coming next. Genuinely happy people can sit still. People running from something need the noise to stay constant because the moment it gets quiet the thing they're avoiding gets loud. This is me. I'm trying to outrun the bad feelings, which works until it doesn't. The only way out is through. Sorry. They show no interest in things they used to enjoy, emotions dampened or withdrawn, look listless, no communication, and seemingly accept their fate. Secretly is the key word. They won't be screaming from the treetops about how sad or depressed they are. They just seem different, like the light left their eyes. Seeing them on their PC for about 15 hours a day, barely working. When someone slowly stops getting excited about anything. Not dramatic sadness, just emotional flatness. They smile, joke, go to work, reply normally, but you can tell they're mostly just existing instead of actually enjoying life. Pulling back from social settings, not answering texts or calls. Their smile doesn't reach their eyes. For me, the biggest sign is when someone avoids talking about their own life completely. They'll happily dive into other people's business or general topics, but the moment the conversation shifts toward them, they shut it down. That kind of deflection usually says more than words. It's the easiest kind of deflection. People enjoy it when others show interest in them and their life, and if they barely ever receive it, they enjoy it even more. I use it all the time. People who try to fill the hole in their heart with stuff. Buy, consume, consume, consume. Personally, I do not think many people are, secretly, unhappy. I think the people around them just do not notice the signs. I know, everyone here is great at pretending. I am here to tell you that you are not. It's the people around you who are terrible at noticing. This is especially true for men. Very few ever ask if you are okay, not really. It's not that you are good at concealing it. Tired, if they aren't sleeping well, oftentimes something is keeping them up. Also, tiredness is a commonly used excuse to answer, "Are you okay?" They are the person who makes everyone laugh, but they're the first one to leave the party. They stop complaining. The way they react to other people's success. If you walk around with a dour look on your face, and then I say, "Hey, how's it going?" and you immediately flip to a bright beaming smile. Usually I take that as you trying hard to mask your unhappiness, depression, anxiety, whatever. Or the person has RBF cold sweat smile. Being reclusive, specifically when they start giving the "I'm just tired" or "I've been busy" excuse every single time you reach out. It's usually not that they actually have plans, it's just that the idea of performing as a social human being for a few hours feels like a marathon they didn't train for. It's a lot easier to stay home and numb out than to pretend you still have a spark. This is where I'm at, and everyone can feel me yanking myself away in some bizarre game of tug of war. I'm not really sure how to even begin again socially. I'm okay outside of that, I can manage, but I cannot handle social interactions currently, and it feels damaging to my relationships, and I'm apathetic about the damage, which in turn leads to guilt and shame, and the cycle perpetuates. Removed. They will find anything negative in a positive or never share your enthusiasm for or anything good in your life. Me, good morning. Them, what's so good about it? Damn, man, I'm just trying to get through the day, and making the best of it. Take your negativity elsewhere. Hey, they could just be a lawyer. You didn't introduce any evidence to support your claim that the morning was good, or that it was morning. That'll be $800. Isolation and withdrawal from others. Losing interest in things they used to genuinely care about. Someone who tries to stir up drama in others' lives. When your life is so miserable you need to try to make someone else's miserable, that should be a sign. When they laugh the loudest at other people's jokes but never at their own life. Scrolling Reddit. Hiding their emotions. Sudden stop in taking care of themselves. Gaining weight, worse skin, worse hygiene, unhealthy habits, etc. This awareness vid is pretty powerful mental health awareness. I think secretly unhappy people stop feeling excited about their own lives. They function normally, but everything starts feeling emotionally flat and repetitive. A lot of the time it looks more like quiet exhaustion than obvious sadness. They start sharing weirdly random good news, like, got a parking spot today, or, made it to the gym, small wins. People who are doing well don't track wins like that. People drowning need any flag they can grab onto to remind themselves they're still moving. When they stop laughing at farts. It's all shits and giggles until someone giggles and shits. When they can't be happy for other people anymore, it comes out as sarcasm, or downplaying someone else's good news, or just changing the subject quickly. Not because they're mean, but because watching someone else experience joy they themselves can't feel just hurts too much. I wish I knew. My son has told me he wants to die because he finds no joy in life. The little there is he tells me is overshadowed by sadness. He tells me the medicine he is on isn't working, doctors only prescribe the same one even when he asks for something else. I feel like the system is failing him and I feel like I am failing him, but I do not know what to do. I want to help him. I wish I knew how. I love him so much. Advocate for him. Find different doctors if the ones he has refused to try anything else. Antidepressants take a few weeks to a couple months to start kicking in, but any given antidepressant has a fairly low chance to work on a given person. There's a reason it's common for people to try several before finding one that works. He has tried several for many years. He lives far away from me, and he doesn't want to go to doctors anymore because he feels they don't even listen. I have called suicide hotlines asking for advice. I have tried calling the doctors in question. They refuse to discuss his situation because he is an adult. I will keep trying, but it truly feels like the system doesn't care.